5.
Got other people my age, and they be telling me like, yeah, I still live with my mom, and I'm just like,
4. Men leaving versus women leaving. 3.
As soon as you graduate high school, be ready. Make sure you got a blend because your ass gonna be up out of here.
2.
For a lot of us growing up in New Jersey, this is where it gets crazy, bro. This
1.
So you wanna be a gangster and move out on your own? Yeah, I know that's not how the song go, but that's how it's gonna go today. It's the Neighborhood Therapist, rocking with my brother Mike B.
Yeah.
And this is episode 7 of the Black Man Misunderstood podcast.
Kiko got them beats, baby.
Shit. Advocate, hope. Lesson starts when the teacher actually ends. Now, lesson starts when the teacher actually ends. Now, lesson starts when the teacher actually ends. Now, fuck them casual trends. We going all in. Now, welcome to the growth. Keep it brief, this how it goes. Some keep it real, others keep doing the most. Some keep it real, others keep doing the most. Some keep it real, others keep doing the most.
So, I brought that up, so you want to be a gangster and move out on your own because that's where we going today. We're going to talk about moving out on your own, period, in general, and everything that comes with it, which I don't think about. But as usual, hey, yo, Mike.
Here you go. You already started off hot, huh?
Already starting off hot, man. Man, we had the siblings on here. That was different, bro. That was different.
Yeah, that was different. We were both in the hot seat these last 2 weeks, but it's all good.
It's a fact, man. So, talking to them, right, and just watching how far they've come, watching them grow up, right? So my question to you is, where do you see yourself with your children in the next couple of years?
Ooh. Next couple of years. Hopefully after the wedding and everything, I have 1 or 2 little rugrats running around. Not right away, of course. Need my alone time with the missus first, but no, I ain't gonna wait too long after. Yeah, I would say in 5 years, I can see myself having at least 1 by then. And if the Lord so ever be willing and bless us with a second one, that's all fine and dandy with me. I don't see nothing wrong having kids a couple of years apart. Came from it myself. But I guess more so I see myself watching them, how my sister watched me in sports, in school, just seeing them do their thing, whatever that's going to be when they start growing up. So that's what I look forward to, or where I see myself doing when these little Mikes and little Stephs running around.
I'm gonna forewarn you right now. When your son comes, you already know what I'm calling him. It don't matter what you name him. I'm like, Young Miles. Young Miles. For those of you who don't know what I'm referencing to, I am talking about Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the Black Spider-Man, half Puerto Rican, half Black. I will be calling my nephew Miles.
That is hilarious.
And when you have a niece, I'm going to think of a popping-ass nickname for her, too, so don't worry.
But what happened if I had the girl first?
That's what I said. I'm just have to speed that up. They're gonna have to make a Black Spider-Woman game.
Yo.
Man. That's all.
Yeah, man.
What's up, man? What's on the agenda, man? Moving out on your own, bro.
Moving out on your own. I have a little quick question for you though, because I have 2 ways of looking at this moving out thing, which was recently. We know at the end of last year, but then the other was actually leaving 534 Broadway.
Ah.
And I don't think a lot of people see that But technically, I can kind of say it's moving out on my own, but it's not really because I was moving in with my sister, who I really went to for most things anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say there's 2 periods. One when I was 18.
Okay.
After my freshman year. Yeah. After my freshman year of college. And I came back home and I'm like, I can't live here anymore because he's trying to put me on restraints.
No, that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. That's fair game.
So definitely 18. First one, and then the second one was 29, as you now know.
Okay. Mine was 18. You were there for that event, and
yes,
I have physical proof that my mama told me to get out.
Lord Jesus.
So if she try to be like, no, he trying to paint this picture. No, I have physical proof of her telling me to get out. And I appreciate every moment that I look at that picture, because had she not told me to, get up, get out, get it going, I don't know where I would be. I'm not gonna speak negative, but ain't no telling.
Facts. I understand that. No questions about that. I understand that definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so we both we actually moved out of the main home at 18.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's kind of think about it. I mean, to be honest with you, that's kind of our culture, ain't it?
Well, yeah, but you got to think, living on the island, it's a different animal. Things move differently down there. So,
well, I'm more all right. So you want to do it from the island perspective and the Black American perspective, stereotypically. Oh, got to add that.
We can do that.
Okay.
Give a little. No, what's the word I'm looking for?
Context.
Yeah, basically, give me a little context. Yeah,
I'll let you. If you're comfortable, I'll let you do the island perspective. I'll do the Black American perspective, because I feel like growing up, her biggest thing was, hey, you got to make sure when you hit 18, because I'm a June baby, so I didn't get the privilege of getting 17 and graduating high school early and stuff. So I had hit 18. She was like, hey, you need to have a plan. You need to figure out what you're doing, because you're not going to stay here. You're not going to be leeching off me. And like I said, at the time, like, you look at it, you're like, damn, that's tough love. I got to do this and this mad anxiety. But like in hindsight, like, I really, really thank my mom for that, because like she put that battery in my back to like, go, go, go. Now, as we move forward and I see other hues, the way that they do things, now I kind of be like iffy, because I'm like, yo, now had I had an extra 3 years to save up and stack and do this, and this, would I be able to do this faster? But again, we don't know.
We don't know.
You know what I'm saying? The Black American family is just not raised like that. And anytime you hit 18, you already know like what time it's like, yo, as soon as you graduate high school, be ready. Make sure you got a plan, because your ass going to be up out of here. That is what you hear in most Black homes.
Facts. Hey, no, if when you turn 18, you got to have a plan. It could be you could go to college, or you moving out, working, something. You need to come up with a plan ASAP. They don't play that. And
like I said, man, now that I'm at the age I'm at now, I can't say that it's a terrible thing. But then again, I'm looking at the other hues, man. It kind of looked like everybody kind of got a one up on us, bro. But again, I don't know, like, because I was raised the way that I was raised, and I look at other people my age, and they be telling me like, yeah, I still live with my mom, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I have a moment where I'm like, but it's not a judgment. It's more of a, because I was raised the way that I was raised. I'm like, okay, all right, but you with your mom, but what are you doing that you with your mom? If you don't tell me, oh, I'm saving, I'm stacking, I'm doing this and this because I'm about to get a house and this, all right, cool. Like, I think that's dope. Like, to me, that's the dopest thing in the world. Like, all right, yo, your mom is working with you, like, you pay her a little rent. I would hope you paying her a little rent, help out around the house.
Yeah, I hope.
You know what I mean? Like, help around the house, fam. That's all.
Facts.
Cook for mama and stuff like that, dad, even if it's mom and dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, do that. Like, do your part in the house so that you get in the head. But for those of you that are still at home, just chilling and leeching, as I call it. I'm not judging you. I'm a therapist. I'm not allowed to. But come on, fam. Like, you gotta,
bruh. You a therapist. I'ma call it how it is. Stop leeching. Stop leeching.
Talk to him, bro.
Bro, so let me put it in a little perspective on it, right? So there are situations, everyone's situation is different, but like the Caribbean aspect of it that I wanted to bring is like, let's say it doesn't matter, whatever Caribbean family, Puerto Rican or Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian. Let's think about it like this: when they come off the island, right, and they bring their family through with them, they allow their family to live with them, to build, save, and do the things that we were saying. If you're living with your parents, just to make sure you have enough to do your own thing, right? That's a big thing with Caribbean families. They're not just gonna set you out to fail on your own unless you just came incorrect to your family, because you know how that goes.
Absolutely.
I definitely understand the whole Black America thing too. Like, you better have a plan when you're 18. But I'm also with you when I hear and look at the other Hugheses and go back and forth, because I'm like, yo, do 18-year-olds know what they really want to do?
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because when you speak to them, they like, it kind of come off as like as a form of bragging sometimes. Because they be like, yeah, I got 2 cars, I got 3 houses, and they be like 24 or some shit. I'm like, hold on, fam, like, how you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just stayed at the house. I saved up my money, and I'm just like, like, your mom and dad let you do that? Oh yeah, we do it all the time. Everybody is. I'm like, huh? Like, bro, for real. The place that I left, that will not be named because I don't F with them. The place that I left, they have, right, family time, whereas this is grandma's house and the parents are living with grandma and the parents have kids. The kids are going off to college. They go through college and they come back home to grandma's house. Grandma is still in the house. She still owns the house. So grandma's there, the parents are there, and the kids there. And now sometimes the kids are having kids. So you got a bunch of generations of people in one home. Bro, look, follow me, bro. Bunch of generations of people in the same home, right? Family ties, right? They're keeping it together. Yep. But then when you go talk to them, stuff that they got like 5, 6 cars in the driveway, and then you ask them like, yo, why y'all don't go out and like get properties and stuff like that? And they look at us weird. They be like, we have properties. We have a bunch of rental properties, but we want to be around our family. So we say our home is here. To a Black American, I'm not gonna say normal, stereotypically, Black American people gonna hear that and be like, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy.
I ain't living in here. Look. Can't be more than one king in the castle. Can't be more than one queen in the castle. You know how those sayings go.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, okay? Y'all know me, man. I am a very, very sexualized, manly man, okay? Forget all that king of the castle, queen of the castle stuff, man. I just don't want my parents hearing me having sex with my spouse. I'm not trying to be quiet. Bro, I'm not trying to be quiet. Like, I want the room shaking, bro. I'm one of them people, bro. So, no, I'm not doing it.
Look, I'm going to just say this. Just buy a house big enough that they have their own side and you have your own. You'll never hear each other.
No. I don't want. I'm one of them people, bro. Like, I don't want to ever disrespect my parents in that manner, bro. So I don't want them hearing nothing, bro. But that also doesn't mean I want to be sneaky either. I'm good on that, bro. Like, I'm not a teenager no more. So that's
I understand.
That's how I feel about it. But that takes me to my next topic.
All right,
moving in with a partner, a roommate, versus alone.
Ooh.
What is the biggest difference that you saw?
So I would say the biggest difference is when you move in with a roommate or a partner, you have someone to split everything with. While you're alone, everything's on you. The fallback plan is you better have some savings. You may go to parents here and there, but there's no really fallback plan. While with a roommate or a partner, you could switch it up and be like, all right, stuff is times are hard for me. Can you pick up this slack and I'll get you back? Well, that's more so in a partner setting. I don't know about the roommate setting as much because that's two different individuals. And depending on who the individuals are, you might have to get up and go. So
this is a fact.
So that's the whole thing with the roommate partner, moving in a partner versus moving in alone in my books.
Okay. So the biggest thing I'm hearing from you is with a partner and a roommate, you get to split the bills if possible, if you need to. Whereas if you move in alone, you got to pay for the bills all yourself. But on the aspect of being alone and being with a roommate, again, I told you I'm just one of them nasty freaks type of person.
Oh, here you go.
You still got to deal with the fact that if you have a roommate, you got to be respectable and respectful of your roommate. Facts. Because they may not want to hear all that. They may not want you coming in all types of, at the night, even though y'all both paying the bills, but you got to be respectful of that.
Yep, definitely.
And most importantly, don't eat their food without asking.
That's too. What you saying all that, I want to also add on to that is cleaning, space, because you gotta remember there's shared space and then your own space. Knowing when to not invade and when you are allowed to go somewhere. That's a big difference with the roommates. I would say partners too, but it's not as extreme with the partners because you're supposed to share everything at that point in time. But you still
I can argue that.
No. I'm just saying it's not as much as a roommate. Think about it like this: like if it's a roommate, let's say there's two rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You share the living room, you share the bathroom, you share the kitchen. Cool, right?
Okay.
But then you don't invade the other person's bedroom just because you want to invade it, right?
It just depends on the crazy roommate you got.
Well, that's also true. But then you have the partners who live in the same room and share everything practically. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have things that they don't want the other one to invade or to mess up. You're going to have your space, but it won't be as frowned upon if they did invade. You get what I'm saying? You can come in here, but if you mess with it and move it around too much, then it's going to be a problem.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
But I need you to understand to an extent still.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's where we get confused when we get into these relationships and these partnerships. We think everything is supposed to be shared, and that's such a myth. You got to have time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give them space. You got to have a safe space within this shared space, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. Yeah. And that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like I'm saying there's more opportunities to share with a partner versus then sharing with a roommate.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Moving right along, man. Staying with parents, pros and cons.
Ooh, let's go through the list.
Give me those cons first.
Oh, I knew you was going to ask for that first. Cons. I don't know how much of I feel like this is going to go on both sides of the list. Cons, following your parents' rules. 1. Even though, let's say not everything is a detriment to yourself. But following your parents' rules, meaning you can't do certain things that you would like to do on your own because you're still living in your parents' house.
Could you imagine being like 24 and your parents were like, make sure you get home before the street lights is on?
Bruh.
Hey, we showing our age now, bro. Chill. Keep going. 2 more.
Another con, I would say is depending on your parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about black homes, they're gonna be looking for for you to chip in, right? And it's not so much of a bad con. It starts to become a con when they start to look for you to chip in on things that don't pertain to you at all.
I think you got to be specific because you might lose some of us with that one, bro. Because you know that kind of sting. You know what I'm saying when you said it.
I'm just saying, like, there's bills. Right, we're just gonna go straight to the bills. There's bills in the house, right? And I can understand certain bills that you would like people to contribute to, but if you got a car that you know you can't afford, and you asking people to chip in for it, and they ain't driving the vehicle.
Oh, snap.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not messing with you, Mike B. What's the next one?
I'm believing.
I'm not messing with you. You out here violating people, bro. What's the next one, bro?
All right, my last con that I'm gonna say for the parents, though. Oh man, that's funny. Last con for real though. I think a lot of people is gonna accept this one. So the con is, right? One, it kind of goes back to the rules, but it's more so like doing something in the house for yourself, and then they tell you no, you can't do it that way, and it's not breaking the rule, and they basically say it's my way or the highway.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
that is probably one of the worst cons about staying with your parents at that point in time.
This is a fact. Okay. Let me do the pros. Let me give you the pros.
All right.
One big pro is that you get a big amount, a chunk of time with your parents. You get to continue to make memories. You get to continue to ask those questions that you may have not thought to ask. And that's just, you just building memories from that point. So that's a huge uptick to that. Two, of course, if you do it properly, you get to save money and get a jump start on what your definition of success is. Whether that be a house, whether that be a car, whether that be kids, the family, whatever, but you do get a jump start because if you have a plan, a keyword, if you have a plan, I'm the phrase. Yep. If you have a plan, you can get ahead. So that's a huge plus. 3, if you have kids, automatic babysitter. Your parents are right there. They're gonna rock with it. They're not gonna say no to their grandkids.
That's true. The
majority of parents, anyway. Some of them be like, nah, F that. I didn't have that. I didn't lay down and have that kid. You better take. You already know what type of that is, but
well, that's a whole different.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different story. But that third thing is like that does come in clutch. Like if you're in your parents' home again, and you still have a plan, and that part of that plan was to have a child, like you have. Your parents, for most of the time anyway, they're able to step up, help you out with the kid, and that's a big plus, man. That's things that people just don't consider.
Facts.
What else we got for the folks?
Ooh. I think this is going to be a hot subject. Men leaving versus women leaving.
So what you're saying, is there a difference?
Oh, there's clearly a difference. It's clearly a difference. And it's also depending on how you raise too, but there's clearly a difference. I would say in a Christian home, let me start with that way, with a Christian home. They tend to tell you, men, you are the leader of your family. You need to do things on your own. You need to get out this house. It's quicker. Let me say this. Fathers, it's quicker for fathers to kick their boys out. All right. When it comes to the girls, they hold on to as long as possible until they're ready for them to go. And that may sound a little old school, but it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. It might get a little old school, but it's still there. But even nowadays, you got these parents not trying to let their girls go in these Christian homes. I'm talking about Christian homes at this point, and not trying to let them go out on their own unless it's a big job move. You know, the way the job market's set up now with different industries, a lot more women are working, higher paying jobs, so they got to move to the locations to work. So it's a lot of little different situations going on with that now, but I feel as though fathers always tell, like you said, you got to have a plan when you 18 because you ain't living in my house all your life, all right? So with the moms, it's kind of the reverse. We know this. We see this all the time. The moms baby the sons and always neck and neck with the daughters. But I would say this, though. The mothers are still very protective of the daughters and don't just let them go out on their own or willy-nilly. Like, let's say if the son say he's ready to go, the mom will more so understand the son going because he's becoming his own man and let him do his thing while they try to question their daughters. That's just me observing things and looking at how things happen.
Okay. No argument here. I do feel like it's an old school mindset. It's very sexist. But I don't. Historically, I do believe there's a difference between men leaving and women leaving. But in 2021, I don't think there is, other than safety.
Yes.
There's a lot of human trafficking going on. So regardless if it's mom or dad, you know, everybody is just on edge at this point, especially for our Black women. Like, yo, where you want to go? Why are you trying to go there? You know, basically have a plan. Do you have a plan? Exactly. The next question that follows is, do we have any family there? And then the next question that follows that is it a state where you can protect yourself? Because a lot of people don't understand that, you know, there are states out there that don't allow you to protect yourself, i.e. New Jersey. Like, there's no stand your ground law. There's no castle law. Like, you can, you know, be in the fight of your life, somebody trying to harm you, and you know, bust them down and hurt them, and you going to jail. And you sitting in jail, and you be like, yo, it was self-defense. They be like, we don't have that law here. So that's, you know, one of those things where, they do it for men as well, but it's more prevalent with women. That's what I see. That's the biggest difference to me. But as far as like money and things like that, it's pretty even in 2021, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that's why I was saying that's more of an old school mindset. I had to make sure I said that towards the beginning because that thinking is slowly changing. It's still there, but slowly changing.
It's a fact. Let's get into the meat and bones, man. I know a lot of the listeners need to know these things right here, and I feel like me and you got like a real decent blueprint and game plan now, man. We didn't have some life experience with all of these things, so let's. Huh? Oh yeah. It's time. Yeah, it's time to educate them, man. You know, this is what we do right here, man. So we're gonna dig into our perspective of renting in an apartment, renting a house, and owning a home. And some of the things that people miss, some of the things that come with it, things that y'all need to understand. Okay. Let's go blow by blow, bro. Let's focus on renting an apartment. What's your perspective?
Renting an apartment. So I say renting an apartment is a key step with a lot of things. Depending on where you live. Because there's certain areas in the country where it's cheaper to live than others. Like, let's take New Jersey, New York, for instance. Typically the first step on when you leave the home is you get yourself an apartment. Right? So you save up for that security deposit, you save up to have the extra months of rent. and then you go in and do the whole apartment thing. While I feel as though when in certain areas of the country, it's cheaper just to like stay home, save up, and get a house because the housing market's so much better. And even if you don't get a house, you can get a townhouse and own it, and you have your name on a piece of property. So I think it depends on where you are in this country, because in certain areas the rent can be crazy, and it makes more sense to rent because the houses are also crazy. While in other areas the rent is nothing, but if you just save up a little bit, you can get yourself a house and be paying the same thing.
Okay, I respect that. My perspective on renting an apartment. So most of the time when you hear apartment, okay, again, my perspective. So let me say, most of the time when I hear apartment, I think of people and floors. So it's always a first floor, second floor, third floor, whatever. That means there's always somebody under you or somebody on top of you. So
Or next to you.
Or next to you. Okay. So my biggest thing is sound. Sound travels. You know what I mean? I got music ears, so I hear almost everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in an apartment, you got to consider that this is your, like Mike said, it's your stepping stone. Okay. Unless that's just how you like to live. That's okay too. There's things you got to consider. When there are problems that arise, that's the landlord's job, not your job. Your sole job of being in an apartment is to occupy it. And then if there is an issue, you are to alert the landlord. That's the biggest pro to that, because you don't have to pay for a water heater. You know what I'm saying? If it busts, you don't have to pay for broken pipes, things like that. The roof collapse, that has nothing to do with you. Your focus is just on upkeep, live in it, don't break it up, don't tear down the walls and things like that, and you'll be straight. Now, the flip side to it is, if it's kids running above your head, that's just something you got to deal with.
Dog in an apartment.
Dog in an apartment, things like that. So to me, that's the biggest pro and con from it. So if you're gonna pursue the apartment living, understand what comes with it. And to be honest with you, bro, growing up in New Jersey, I feel like that's all we really know. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, well,
That's
I mean, we'll get into renting a house.
Houses. Yeah, we'll get to that next.
Yeah.
But
it's a little different in Jersey.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like first, like I can honestly say, Jersey in the New York City area, that is like, all right, get your apartment, save up, get your house next, literally, or you move somewhere else. Those were the stepping stones. So I'm with you on that.
Okay, so let's do this, right? So a good portion of people are renting an apartment. Okay, when they rent the apartment, they always say, I want to save up and buy a home. I need the listeners to understand something. For a lot of us growing up in New Jersey, this is where it gets crazy, bro. This is where I'm gonna start losing a lot of people. I might offend a couple people, but I'm just dropping some knowledge. To us, buying a home a lot of the time means us renting a home, not buying it. Okay? Let me understand y'all something real quick. So we got a lot of houses in Patterson, just, where it's actual houses, but it's a first floor, second floor, third floor, whatever, however they got it. And so basically you're like, you live in a house, right? But your family is on the first floor. So technically, like, you're renting a house, but to you feel like, oh, well, I got a house. So when you're in apartments, right? Because apartments are usually closed in, they're close together, and it's a bunch of them. They all kind of look the same. It's kind of like the projects, but it's not exactly the projects, right?
Factual.
You aspire to say, oh, I want a home. But a lot of people think that purchasing or, really renting a home is getting into a home infrastructure, and then you got people on top of you or below you, okay? So that's actually renting a house. So that's not bad. That's renting a house in New Jersey. No problem. You got somebody that's on top, somebody that's on bottom. And then there are quite a few times, I've rarely seen it in New Jersey, but there's quite a few people that actually rent a whole home in New Jersey. The whole home is theirs.
They do.
Right? But what I'm talking about, renting a whole home, that's more prevalent in the South. So I can give a straight shot perspective on that one. That one is a little different, man. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? You are responsible for mowing the lawn, which is unheard of for a kid from New Jersey. Like, we got rocks, bro. We got gravel. I'm from the concrete jungle. Like, what do you mean? like when yo,
got one little tree in the front.
Fam, you been in my house when I was over there, bro? Because how you know about the tree? I'm just joking. Yo, peep game, bro. When the landlord first told me that, like, I was living in an apartment with the same landlord, right? And I was like, I hit him up and I was like, yo, I'm ready to move into an actual home, and I'll still rent it from you because I want to see what it's like to rent a home out so I can get the steps I need so I can eventually, when it's time for me to buy a home, I know what I need to do. So, he hooked me up, gave me a spot. So when he told me, he was like, yeah, you're going to be responsible for the water, the trash. I'm like, oh, yeah, the usual apartment stuff, right? He was like, no. You got to cut the grass. You got to make sure the gutters are doing this and this. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, baby. Hold on. What you talking about, bro? Like, the lawn, fam. When he said you got to mow the lawn, bro, the look of petrification, I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what I had. I was like, bro, I don't even own a lawnmower. He was like, oh, you can go to Sears and get one. I'm like, okay. So then I start, bro, it don't
go to Sears?
Bro, listen, bro, I had a car, not no SUV, not no truck, bro. So I don't even know how I'm putting a lawnmower in my car, but that's beside the point. Listen, it's a whole grass, right? A whole grass that needs to be mowed. And I don't know nothing about mowing. This is the part that they don't tell you about renting a home. If you don't know, where do you get the information? So me, like a good scholar, I went to YouTube University. Okay. And while I'm on there, I'm looking at lawnmowers, and then I find out they got self-propelled, electric, all this. And I'm like, yo, what? I just need a lawnmower. What is all this extra? Like, what? So I got to educate myself about lawnmower, bro. Do you know the first time I got that lawnmower, bro, I poured too much oil in the engine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, bro. I ripped it. I ripped the ripcord, right? And all this white smoke came out. People looking at me like I'm stupid, like I'm crazy, like I'm supposed to know what I'm supposed to be doing. So all this white smoke from the lawnmower is coming out. Now it's oil all over the grass, bro. I'm sitting there looking embarrassed, bro. Looking crazy, fam.
Wow.
Right? But these are things they don't tell you, they don't teach you. So I called the landlord. I'm like, oh, look, I'm trying to cut this grass. If that's what you want to call it. My lawnmower is doing X, Y, and Z. Like, how do I get this going? Right? Landlord was like, hey, I'm out of town, just let it sit, let the grass get a little bit high. It's gonna be a little bit worse for you to cut, but I'll help when I get back. You know me, Mike. That's unacceptable. I got to figure this out. You know what I mean? I already don't like reaching out as it is, but now I'm like, all right, now I really feel the way. Like, I got to get this grass cut because I want him, when he come back, I want him to see that this grass is cut. Now I got something to prove, right? Again, YouTube University. I go to Lowe's. I buy a little gas siphon so I can get the oil out and all. You know what I mean? I clean up the lawnmower, let it run, let the white smoke run out, let it finish. Then I get that bad boy, I crank it. I'm like, I don't know how to cut grass, but I'm about to figure it out. So I looked at some dude. One guy did like a circle, and then the circle goes into the inside of the circle. I'm like, nah, that's gonna take too long. One dude though, he did forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. So I did that. Grass came out pretty good. So by the time the landlord came out to help, air quotes, help, he was just like, wow, you did a great job. You actually did look like a professional. I had the lines in the grass, bro. You ever seen golf grass lines? Bro?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Holla at your boy, man. Come on, bro. They call me the black polymath, man. I'm master.
Yeah, I can't. Here you go. You gonna drop that?
Come on, bro. You know what time it is, man. So, I had to learn that. But these are things that people just don't prepare you for. Like, how am I supposed to know about that? How am I supposed to know that? So peak game, the water heater, right? We don't have to deal with. We truly don't have to deal with the water heaters in the apartments. Like we call the landlord, they handle that. And technically, you're supposed to call the landlord to handle the water heater in the houses. But if the landlord is out of town, the landlord was just like, "Hey, go to the water heater, put it on vacation mode. You're not gonna be there for a week." I'm like, vacation? What?
Say, wait, what? Wait, you teaching me something right now? Hold up,
I'm about to learn you something. Peep game. So when you go to the hot water heater, right? It's a water heater tank. Mine's at the time was in the garage. So I went to the garage and it has I think it has heat, it has vacation mode, it has A, B, C. So A is hot, B is ouch. I'm just making this up, but it's for dramatics. and C is hell nah, okay?
Oh, damn.
So me, when I learned about the water heater, I put it on B. Ouch. So this way I can turn it down as much as I want. But, wifey like to take super, super hot showers. So I wanted it to be super, super hot for her, right? Mm-hmm. But like I told him, I was like, yo, I'm trying to save. I was a little cheap. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to save water. I'm trying to save heat. We're not going to be here for a week. Like, is there anything I can do? He was like, yeah, put it on vacation mode. I'm like, vacation mode? So you go into the hot water heater and you turn the dial counterclockwise. Well, clockwise, my bad. You turn it clockwise, like you're turning it off because it's all the way to the left. And it has a vacation mode. And what that does is it won't produce as much hot water at all. And it saves you money on your water bill. You will never know these things, though.
What?
You will never know these things unless somebody teaches you, put you on game. And this is all I learned in renting a house.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Questions?
So I don't think it's questions as much. It's basically to me, renting a home sounds like you actually own a house. But even owning the house is a whole different ball game. Because it's owning it. So everything that breaks down is on you.
Bro, renting a house and owning a house are really two different animals. Case in point, right? So Houston just went through this winter freeze in February.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The rest of y'all seen it on CNN. Okay. I got to live it. Okay.
Talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
That was straight madness, bro. The state of Texas was not ready for that, and a lot of my neighbors just wasn't ready for that because I guess it's just something. I don't know. I guess they figured it never would happen there. But if I was renting the house, I wouldn't even concern myself with running the tap water and things like that. That's something I would wait on the landlord to tell me to do. Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm living in this occupancy, but this is your house. I don't own this home. So if something busts with the pipes because, I didn't run the water and things like that, guess what? I can't get in trouble. This is your home. So what you're supposed to do is make a phone call to me and say, hey, tenant, make sure you run your tap water, light drip it. Hey, make sure the water hoses around your house are dripping and things like that. Hey, I'm going to come over. I'm going to put some insulation around your windows and your doors and things. These are things that the landlord has to do. Okay. I'm going to give you a funny ass story.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I am a first time home buyer as of last year. Right. So we going through this winter storm. All the other times that I've gone through winter storms, my black behind has been in New Jersey. So I've been thugging it out in New Jersey with winter storm, like winter storms. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Right?
With the shovel.
With the shovel. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm accustomed to a winter storm in New Jersey, not Texas. And damn sure now there's no homeowner. So the storm is coming, right? Wifey tapped me and she like, yo, you gonna go run the taps? You gonna go check on the pipes? And I look at her, bro, and no lie, bro, I'm not making this up. I looked at her and I was like, what? That's the landlord's job. Bro, I'm not making this shit up, bro. I looked at her with such a disgust, like, you trying to make me go outside and do all this extra work? That ain't my job. This ain't my house. And like dead ass, like I was saying this to her, and bruh, I heard that from the first episode. She gave me that look. She was just looking at me. I'm like, what? What I do now? What's the problem? What I do? She was like, bruh, you not serious. And this how Daft talk now. She talk like a little thug and shit. Like she like, bruh, you not serious, right? I mean, what are you talking about? That's the landlord. Dog. She was like, husband, we are the landlords. I was like, fam, we own this house, bro. Nobody's coming to help, bro. Like,
it's all on you, yo. It's all on you.
So for me to go outside, bro, like wrap the pipes, I gotta make sure the roof is doing a certain thing. I gotta make sure trees are cut off so they don't hit the roof if the wind blow a little bit too. Like that's a lot of random stuff that you just don't think about because it's like I'm not used to being a homeowner. I'm used to, okay, I'm in a home, but I rent the home. I don't have to worry about this stuff. So if a tree fall down and hit the roof, it's like, well, he should have cut the tree. Or the landlord should have did this and this. But now you in the shoes of the owner. This is your home. You have to take extra steps to maintain this home. These are things that people just don't talk about, bro. They do not talk about. Either they don't talk about it because they don't know, or they be holding on to the gems and don't want to share it with people. That's not who the neighborhood therapist is. So as I go through it in real time, or if I've been through it, I'm going to share my experience with you. And you can call it bragging, but me, I'm really just trying to help you. Like, don't buy a home talking about the landlord going to fix it. You are the landlord. Like, it's okay to say you don't know what you're doing. YouTube it. If YouTube it ain't working for you, if you're not hands-on, go ahead and call a professional. It's no shame in calling a professional. And that's going to take us into our next thing. I mean, unless you got a question about owning a home, bro, like, because I'm new to this, man. This is, it's fun, though.
Look. All my questions, I'm going to just live through you. I'm gonna just wait until I'm ready, and then I'm going through it myself. Then I'm gonna be like, yo, Just, how you do this?
Oh, that's a fact. I think that's the beauty of it, bro. Like, I have no problem like going through it, so that when a Mike do call me, you be like, yo, bro, like this is happening with the dishwasher, or my pipe is doing X, Y, and Z. Like, do you know how great it feels to for your bro to ask you that, and you actually know what the hell you talking about? Like, oh yeah, bro, it's clogged. You do X, Y, and Z. Make sure you get some Drano X. Make sure you got the 2 on it, not the 1.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
So don't forget to snake it. You know what I mean? When you start talking to your bros like that, that's elevation, man. I think that's what we all need to be. Like, if people around you, the people that you love, the people that you call your homies, your brothers, whatever, if they're not elevating, they not teaching you nothing, I feel like you need to get a new circle, or like I like to call mine, a new rhombus, new trapezoid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have circles and I don't have squares, man. I got a trapezoid. My trapezoid is legit.
Ooh. But I like that.
That's beside the point. You definitely need to be around some people that's elevating you and teaching you. It's not bragging, man. It's you want your people to get higher so that you can get higher, and then you lift them up and then they lift you up. That's how it's supposed to be.
Facts. Dropping nothing but gems just now, bro.
Oh yeah. So
we talked about all the stuff, all the different ways of living on your own, all the different areas. There's even more we can go into, but what are the little things you appreciate about living on your own, even though it's with our partners and whatnot?
I am in control of my bills. So when you're living in an apartment and you're sharing utilities with your neighbors, you got to understand, it don't matter how much water you use. It's about community water. A lot of people don't understand that. When you live in an apartment complex, it may appear that you're just paying for your water, but you're not. You're paying for the community water. So if it's 4 people in that apartment complex, you're paying for all 4 of y'all.
Well, that's if they're charging you that bill.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
But that's just an example. So to me, that's one of the little things. I'm consuming and paying for what I consume. And the other, of course, the little thing, I know I keep saying it, but bro, the freedom to just, again, bro, like, hey, I could walk my wife. Hey, man.
You gotta beat the day.
No, I gotta listen, man. Listen. Come on, because I'm helping somebody by saying this, man. Listen, if you need motivation to get up out of where you at so you can clap cheeks a little bit louder, damn it, get your goals together and execute so you can clap, brother, sister, whoever. Shit. Damn it. Hey, listen, bro. I know you feeling the type of way about what I'm saying, but peep game, bro. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that feel conflicted. Like, they just, we want to, man, we got to be quiet, biting pillows and shit. Like, this shit's out, man. I want freedom. Freedom to procreate.
Yo, you are silly, bro. All right.
What about you, bro? What about you?
It's I guess the one thing the little things that I appreciate is that I can really say this is my own, even though it's an apartment. It's my spot. Got to share it with Mrs., but it's all good. Supposed to building for the future.
That's important.
But I definitely can say I appreciate it being my spot. Really can't tell me what to do. I get to do inside what I need to do and what I want to do in certain rules, with the apartment complex. You know how that goes. But I do appreciate I can call it my own. And I guess the other thing that I can say I appreciate about it is that it shows me that I'm actually growing up. It's the growth. It's a stepping stone to where I want to be. So that's how I look at it. It's a stepping stone. It's the next step in the chapter, and hopefully it's not as long as the previous chapters. Take me to the next step, the next level.
Facts. I respect that. Before we get out of here, I want the listeners to know that there's an insurance for everything.
Facts.
Okay. I need you to get car insurance. I need you to get life insurance. And if you're renting, I don't care if you're renting a house. I don't care if you're renting a condo or apartment. Get renter's insurance. It's worth it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's not something. First of all, your landlord is supposed to include that phrase on there. Hey, we recommend you get renter's insurance. Okay. Even if they don't, get it, because in the events that something happens to your stuff, it can be replaced. You cannot, of course, but your stuff can be replaced. That material things you can get some bread back. And I know what y'all gonna say. Well, that's extra money. It's pointless. Ain't nothing gonna ever happen to my stuff. But what about when it does?
Mm-hmm.
There's an insurance for everything. And that's one of those things where I just tell people, like, listen, don't cheap out on that. Get you some renter's insurance. That's all I have as far as that's concerned. You got any gems for the listeners, bro?
Bro, you hit the gems with the insurance piece, bro. I'm definitely all about that. Renter insurance is key. And here's the other crazy thing. Here's another gem that I've realized with that insurance. So renter's insurance, if you happen to get a storage saying that you're renting a house or renting an apartment, that renter's insurance can go over your storage, and you don't have to buy an additional storage to make your storages go up. So
wait. Hold on. Because I actually had a storage back in the day, bro. You telling me my renter's insurance that I had covered my storage as well? Or is that something I had to tell them or what?
I think usually all you really have to tell them about the storage unit. But no, when we got our storage unit over here, it is like, do you have renter's insurance? That's a question that they ask.
The storage unit?
Yeah, because if you don't have renter's insurance, they give you insurance. But if you have renter's insurance, you can put the storage on your renter's insurance.
But okay, that's what I'm asking you though. Is it automatic, or do you have to go and tell the insurance company, hey, I got a storage, I want to add it to my renter's insurance to cover it?
I think you may have to call your insurance company to tell them.
Okay.
But do your research, folks. I'm not saying I don't know the exact answer because that's the next step that I got to do because we got the storage before the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in process of getting that situated now. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you just told me something I didn't know, bro. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Good gym, bro. Good gym.
I got you, bro. Come on now.
I see Mike B trying to turn up season 2, man. Come on, man. Take us home, bro.
Woo. All right. It's time for the marketing and mental health tip of the day. Mine is about market research. All right. It's needed. It gives you all the information that you need. It's the hard data on your clientels or your prospective customers. It also helps you drive your market strategy. With doing market research, you better plan ahead of the strategy that you're going to implement for your business or your service or whatever it is. It really does just makes marketing so much easier and effective. And that includes the sales on the other end. So marketing research is a major key.
Big respect.
Mr. Therapist.
Oh yeah. Big respect. I like that. So for the mental health segment, plain, simple, true. Don't let a lack of knowledge stop you from reaching greater heights. I know you heard that before, but I'm going to bring it in your earlobes harder. Someone around you knows the answers. And if they don't, someone around you knows someone that has the answers.
Facts.
Keep asking questions. I don't care if they tell you it's a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. Ask anyway. Why is the sky blue? They have yet to give us the proper answers. And the proper answer may not even be the proper answer. You understand? So keep asking questions. Assassin's Creed has a great saying in the game. Do you know what it is, Mike?
Nah, talk to me, as I haven't played in a while.
Everything is permissible, which means you can question everything and anything. I live by that. So ask away, y'all. Get the knowledge that you deserve and that you need. Have at it.
I respect it, bro.
Anything for these listeners, man?
Man, just keep tuning in. We trying to educate. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think the listeners that are listening appreciate it. I've been hearing a lot. I've been getting a lot of feedback. I've been told that there are X. Listen to me on this one. Militant people that listen to us. Ex Black Panthers that listen to us. Gang members. LGBT community. Different hues. Lovers, haters, friends. College. All different types of people listening to us, man. So what we striving to do here is never alienate anybody. Everything we do is out of love. It can, especially with me speaking on here, I know it can come off a little brash, a little raw, but I promise you, I'm a gentle person. Like, you ask anybody that really know me, like, the neighborhood there's be chilling. Like, he, cool. I know it's a lot of people out there that be like, man, he got a Napoleon complex. I promise you, I don't. It's just I like to fight. There's nothing wrong with that. I used to box. What you want me to do?
I ain't even mad at you, bro.
You know what I mean? But we do this out of love. We just want to give our experiences out to the world, and we appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Yes, 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 yes. And with that said, stay tuned for next week, y'all.
Already, make love, not war. And clap them cheeks.
Oh, Lord.
Chico.